The plan, intent, implementation, and impact of geography in the primary curriculum. The importance of geography in the curriculum. Geography's fundamental role lies in helping children to understand the world, its environment, places near and far, as well as the processes that create and affect them. Good practice in geography encourages a holistic appreciation of how the world works and of the interconnections between concepts. According to the Key Stage 1 National Curriculum for Geography, children should develop knowledge about their locality. They should understand basic subject-specific vocabulary relating to human and physical geography and begin to use geographical skills, and should have an introduction to map skills, which I have all incorporated in my medium-term plan. Intent. Looking at the national curriculum closely for Key Stage 1 in Geography has aimed me to pick this topic for my medium-term plan. Children learning about their local environment will help them to develop a sense of belonging to their local community. According to McIntyre 2007, place marks us all and leaves its traces, which suggests that children learning about their area will hold a great value to them in where they are from. High-quality geography boosts on impressive pedagogical repertoire to its aspects of geographical inquiry, outdoor learning, fieldwork, and mapping. These are used to deepen children's understanding of challenging concepts. The Geographical Association have worked together to produce a progression framework for geography. Progression statements are given to each year group, covering all the expectations required within geography. Statements are clearly organised so that teachers can see how pupils are expected to achieve through Key Stage 1 and 2. I've clearly analysed the progression report, and looking at Geographical Association, I have therefore associated all the elements and requirements in my medium-term plan. Children at the beginning of Key Stage 1 should begin to analyse maps and, most importantly, understanding their locality. Pedagogy. The constructivism theory, which was proposed by Piaget, is based on the idea that learners use their previous knowledge as a foundation to build on new things that they learn. The cognitive constructivism focuses on the idea that learning should be related to the learner's stage of cognitive development. These methods work to help students in learning new information by connecting it to things that they already know. At the start of the unit, the children begin by activating prior knowledge, understanding what the children already know and building on that to add new learning. Another theory which we'll explore is a social learning theory developed by Lev Vygotsky, which declares that individuals are active participants in the creation of their own knowledge. Vygotsky believed that learning takes place primarily in social and cultural settings rather than solely within the individual. The social constructivism theory focuses on partner talk and group work. For instance, pupils learn primarily through interaction with their peers and teachers. Mixed ability grouping is a great example of how children can learn from each other. Placing children together of mixed ability can help children learn from each other. Another example is talk partners, where children can discuss and value talk for learning and consciously use it to advance their thinking. Research has shown that children develop their learning and thinking from their peers. Incorporating this into the unit of work was important as children are acquiring new knowledge. Hence, it's important for children to have time to discuss. Implementation inquiry. One of the critical decisions made was inquiry-based learning. According to Pike 2016, the inquiry approach to learning is one of geography's strongest assets. It is thoughtful and creative, which enables children of all ages to engage in constructive and imaginative ways to learn. Conducting geographical inquiries develop proficiency in asking relevant questions, collecting data, and drawing conclusions. This was incorporated in the plan, where children were asked to look at different maps and suggest why some may be different and what the difference included. This type of learning is an active teaching and learning approach, which means children are more involved in their learning and therefore more likely to remember what they have learned. Inquiry-based learning can follow a three-step process: what the children already know about the subject, what they want to know about the subject, and what they have learned about the subject. In the beginning of the plan, children are asked what they know about their local area and maps, retrieving prior knowledge, then asking questions as to what the children would like to know about their local area, and lastly, asking what they learnt, which is summarised at the end, in which children create their own map of their local area. Fieldwork. Another critical aspect that will be explored is fieldwork. Inquiry is often facilitated and exemplified through outdoor learning by employing fieldwork skills. Geography provides transformative opportunities for learning in the environment. For example, children taken out for a walk in their local area is part of fieldwork, where children are taken out to have a look at all the things that they have in their local area and writing it down on their maps. Fieldwork contributes to learning about the outdoor environment through children developing their knowledge and understanding in the environment and their sense of responsibility and desire to care for and improve what is around them. Children have the opportunity to explore their local area and gives them the chance to see what they like, dislike, and what needs improvement. Maps are an essential tool in geography. According to Wilgard, 2016, maps are a tool of the geographer. It is the medium through which geography is recorded, analysed, and communicated. Children were given the time to look at different types of maps and to create their own of their local area, starting off with by creating a map of their classroom and playground was important, and this is where all the children are familiar with. Once they're able to understand the concept of drawing a map, they were then able to do one of their local area. Misconceptions. Addressing misconceptions. Whenever we learn something new, we use our prior knowledge to help make sense of their new information. However, when the prior knowledge is inaccurate, we most likely misinterpret, misunderstand new information. Hence, inaccurate prior knowledge or misconceptions can be a significant barrier to new learning. Activating prior knowledge at the start of the unit will help address misconceptions. Seeing lots of types of maps may help children to correct the misconception that there are only one type of map. Asking questions throughout and receiving answers will help you as a teacher to correct any misunderstanding that the children may have. Even when planning a unit of work and lessons, it's important to think about the common misconceptions that may arise and address them first. Teachers who are effective at creating their geography curriculum use a wide range of subject pedagogical repertoire to be able to be effective curriculum makers, providing rich, broad, and balanced learning for children and opportunities for them to apply and adapt their learning for other subjects. Cross-curricular works offers a creative way to develop children's knowledge, skills, and understanding while motivating them to learn through stimulating, interconnected topics. Through my plan, I've incorporated links with subjects such as English and maths. In maths, positional language was important, especially when looking at maps. Children have the understanding on where to place things on the map, links to positional language. For example, the shop is next to the library. It's important for children to understand terms such as next to, in between, behind, left, right. Another cross-curricular links is literacy. Children creating their own map of the area for local tourists and writing a few sentences down about what they like, what needs to be improved. How the children construct connects to what they learn in literacy. For example, how they construct a sentence, finger spaces, full stops, and capital letters. Assessment. Pupils should have the chance to demonstrate through their achievement through more formal assessments, typically at the end of a unit work. Assessments can be done in many ways, for example, through questioning, through a piece of writing, pupil self-assessment. It's important that teachers begin to plan an engaging curriculum that allows people to progress by providing opportunities to revisit the elements and build on previous knowledge. Children can meet their success through the national curriculum and what children aims and expectations are of each topic. There needs to be an understanding of progression and assessment and its relationship to planning and teaching in order to construct a sequence that benefits the children's form of assessment using the medium-term plan will be discussed in the next slide. Formative assessment is the use of day-to-day assessment to explore people's understanding of a topic. Wiggers 1998 stated that the aim of formative assessment is primarily to educate and improve students' performances. They can be defined as activities undertaken by teachers and by students in assessing themselves that provide feedback to teachers and pupils to help them learn more effectively. I've incorporated different formative assessments in my medium-term plan. For instance, lesson 1 begins by activating prior knowledge. Formally assessing the children on what they already know about the topic will help the teacher to understand where they are at. Asking the children questions like, what is this picture showing, and what they know about maps, actively remembering what they have learned in reception. Independent tasks such as sorting out the different pictures according to which one is human or physical. Independent activities will help you as a teacher to assess which child has reached the learning outcome and which child needs support. Whiteboard is another active way of formally assessing children, getting children to write their answers on their whiteboards and holding their whiteboards up. can help a teacher assess and correct any misunderstanding. Summative assessment intend to capture what a pupil has learned and to get an assessment of how much learning has taken place. Towards the end of a unit of work, a summative assessment can take place in order to understand how much the child knows or can remember. By the end of the medium-term plan, the children will create their own map of their local area. They will be assessed on whether they can include symbols, whether they can add in a key and write a few sentences including which buildings are human or physical features, on what they like or what they dislike, on what needs to be improved about their local area. Children will be asked to include all this information and the teacher can recognize which child has achieved, which child has fully achieved or working towards or has not achieved the unit outcome. Thank you for listening.